Hi everybody, I'm going to show you guys how to crochet this. I call it my gangster butterfly. Basically it is a butterfly crochet on a wire frame. I'm going to show you I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but I'm going to show you how I got started on it. And basically a little bit about how to crochet on a wire frame. So basically when you crochet on a wire frame, your crochet piece will be flexible and will be more of a sculpture than anything else. Everything you do can bend, and it's a really cool way to creating a sculpture. I use scrap yarn found in op shops, and op shops is what I think Americans call thrift shops. So basically that's where I get all my yarn from. I go to op shops and I buy bags of these. So it's all different types of yarn. You don't know what you're gonna get. So I have a lot of different scrap yarns, and that's why my work looks really colorful, because I just combine it all together. I don't always know exactly what type of yarn I'm using, but from my experience I have a bit of a clue. So basically this is chunky acrylic yarn that I've used here to decorate in orange and green. This is inside the netting, inside the wing. It's 100% cotton, and I think this is acrylic or cotton. Here it's white and blue, and it's for PLI. So I've used crochet hook size 3 and 1.25, and I used black yarn here to cover where the wire was sticking out. So basically there are 2 large wings and 2 smaller wings, and then I use a sewing needle to stitch on the eye, and I like to put white in the eye to make it more realistic. So then you just thread through the eye with white yarn. And here it's the bottom here, so you can bend it. So this thing here, you can sit down or you can stand up, whatever you want it really to do. And that's the beauty of crocheting on wireframe. Which is my hobby now is to crochet on wireframe, because it gives me much more opportunities. This is the first one that I made. I only made 2. This is the first one I made. It's a horse. I'm really happy with this one. Basically you can change it. It's a sculpture, and I will do a video just on how to make this one as well. It is a sculpture, so you can sit it up or stand it up, or it can be whatever you want it to be, basically, or do whatever you want it to do. So that's my wire horse. So make the frame first using aluminium wire, crochet around it. I'm going to do a video how to do this horse as well. But for now, let's just focus on this butterfly. So it's a bit different when you crochet on wireframe. And the way you will do it is you basically start with aluminium. This is what it looks like. It's aluminium wire. It's very soft. It is not like copper wire. You can buy it in 18 gauge and it's really, stiff. Here is copper wire in 28 gauge, so it's also very bendable here. So I want to just cut myself some pieces of these, and I'll explain why. So basically you need aluminium wire and you need copper wire. Aluminium wire is easy to work with. So you're going to start with making the wings, and you're going to cut out about, what did I say on the website? I have to have a look. I've written down what I'm doing. So you have to do 45 centimeter or 18 inches of aluminium wire. So that means I have already worked with this one. I undid it to show you. You cut 2, and then you're going to make it look like this. Here, you're going to make 2. So that's a small wing, and there the one in front, and then the large wing. This is how you do it. You just basically turn it around itself. And because aluminium wire is so easy to work with, you might not even need pliers for this, but you might need it just for the final little bit here. So I'm going to just make this a bit bigger so you guys can see better. So now this isn't very good because I undid it, so it's a bit, doesn't look great now, but that's basically how you do it. And then you can just use the plier to tighten here. And if you go on the website, you see more what I've been doing basically. But let's just focus on this one because this one looks better. Once you have made this, you wrap yarn around it. So you don't crochet yet, you just wrap yarn until everything is covered with yarn. Then you crochet actually around it. You crochet around it and crochet in the middle and you crochet single crochet all the way around. I'll explain how many you're doing. And then you continue crocheting in the single crochet with chain spaces. And that's what you can see here. I put yarn through the chain spaces here. Then you do netting. That's kind of like Irish crochet, you do netting. So after you've done this, you actually insert a really small hook, 1.25. This is the hook conversion on my website if you used to a different type of metric. And then you do the netting and then you crochet basically inside. Everything is explained on the pattern on the website. Not So Hot. Yes, by the way, I'm Ingi from Not So Hot. That's my website, notsohot.com. Lots of free patterns. I also have the website Crochet Art Design. I connect them up. So there's hundreds of free patterns basically. Once you have done this and you have 2 of them, this is a crappy one, then what you want to do now is you want to, because here you can see I have the shorter rings, the smaller rings at the front. So what I did was I kind of just twisted it like this and put it on in front of it like this. And I did the same thing with this one. I wish they looked a bit better. I wish the second one looked better. I would have to do this again if I was going to actually. So what I did, I twisted it. I twisted it around. I think I twisted it like this. I twisted it once around and like this, so it would be away from the larger ring. And then you stitch this to the back body. And the way you make the back body is you have to cut out some more aluminium wire. And I used 18 centimeters or 7 inches. And then you make the antenna as the top bit. So you just use the plier, as you can see. And you just bend it like this, like that. So you have 2 of them, like this. And then this is your body. So then you want to keep this sort of like together. And you want this to be the antennas. What you do, you remember I cut out some aluminium, some copper wire at 28 gauge, and then you wrap it. So no one will see the wire because you're going to crochet on top of it, but you want these to stick together and you want it to be, this is sort of the face basically what I'm doing now. This is a head. So it doesn't matter if it's a bit chunky here because that will look good because then it's going to be raised where the head is. So this is what I love about doing these sort of things. It's everything will come together so well. And then you got the antenna. Then you want the bottom to sort of be together as well. And I'm gonna just cut this so they're the same size. I don't know if I did a very good job with that one. Okay, so where my other one, here we go. I'm just gonna make sure that the bottom, so the bottom is basically this bit here. So I'm gonna make legs as well. I'll show you how to do that. But first, before you do the legs, you're gonna wrap yarn all around the body. You're gonna wrap lots of yarn around the body. So what I'm gonna do with this is, this is the bottom of the butterfly. I'll just twist it up like this. So let's say I'd already done the yarn and everything was covered in yarn. I did not cover this bit with yarn until the end. cover it with black, and the same thing goes with the antenna. So now I'm going to make the legs. I'm going to make the front legs. I'm using 14 centimeters. What is that in inches? About 5 or so inches of aluminium wire, and you just wrap it around basically like this. You wrap it around and twist. And now you can also use, if you want to, and a good idea is also use copper wire for this. So you want it to be tight, so let's just go one more round with this. Now what you can do now is to use copper wire. Where was the copper wire? It come on like a spool like this. Just cut out a piece. The thing is, no one will see the frame, so it doesn't matter if it doesn't look perfect. And just to make it connected, you don't have to do this, but it can be a good idea. Depending how you want your butterfly to look. Just wrap around. So you can flatten it. And then you do the same thing. So when you crochet then, now this doesn't sit very well, but if I had done what I was supposed to do, which is putting wrap yarn around it, this would have stuck to it. And then you do the same with the bottom legs. You do exactly the same thing. Just remember, I have not wrapped yarn around it. If this was a real thing, I would have already wrapped yarn around it. So have a look on the website, the pictures that I've taken. You wrap this around the body that already has yarn around it. And then you're going to crochet. Basically, you get the picture now. The way you're going to crochet is as following. I'll explain. So you're going to start crochet, single crochet up the body, starting from here. And you crochet up one leg. So you crochet to here, one leg down, then up the other leg and down, single crochet. I'm not telling you how many to do, you just do as many as you can fit. Then you go up the body and you leg, back, and up antenna, down, up antenna and down. And that's how you do it. And then you're going to crochet back up, then you're going to crochet down the body to the leg. And then it just follows what to do then. So then it just continues until you have the way it's meant to look. So basically what will happen is that you will have chain spaces down the side of each side, and that's why, as you can see here, it shows really well. And you can see here there's chain spaces down the body. So you'll crochet then in the single crochet afterwards, and that's how you do it. So I hope that you, and then you obviously then you attach at the end when you have done all that, you attach the way you crochet then you attach obviously the other way around. I hope you get the picture of so then you attach these and that's how you do it. So then you attach it with a sewing needle and you slip stitch it all together, and then you can crochet a little nose there to make it look cute. I mean, it is with crochet, it's not like with knitting. With knitting, this is why you can never get into knitting. You make one mistake, it's all over. But with crochet, you can make lots of little cute things like this. And you can easily hide your mistakes as well, because it's not like knitting. You know, you are making a sculpture, you're sculpturing here. With all type of crochet, you can easily fix your mistakes as well. So it's not all over. If you do one round and you've made one mistake, you can easily fix it, and no one really know that it's a mistake there. So I hope you give this a go at the end to cover the end with the loops. I just wrap black yarn, use a sewing needle, and use your scrap yarn. I mean, you use your scrap yarn, you will make yours look different from mine. You make your own version. I would love to see people's versions of this and where you're decorating and if you want to put it with your flowers inside your house, you can put this inside. Really decorate your home and make it your own. Make it your own special creation. That was it for me. Next video will be about how to make the horse that I showed you. The wire horse stallion. Ooh, it will show you how to do it. Little bit by little bit, frame by frame. And here I also use polyester filling here as well. And you shape it. If you want to use another type of, if you want to use any other color than white, then you can't use the half double crochet that I used here, because the stitches are too tall and you can see the craft filling. But because it's white, it doesn't actually show. But if this was another color, if it was black, you'd really see the white sticking through. So if you're going to use another color than white, you have to use single crochet, and you have to make the rounds a bit longer, not longer, but you have to repeat the rounds more, or rows. So I recommend for this pattern to use white, because you're going to fill it with craft filling and things like that. So this is my horse. I'm really proud of this one. So cute. I want to make an elephant next, and there will be every one that I do, there will be a video to explain how I do it. So yeah, this will be the next one. I'll see you then. Bye!